Hi friends, it's teacher Ulrich here. How are you? That's good to hear. Today you are joining me to start a brand new lesson from Wordly Wise Book 5. Today we will start with lesson 15. So this is the first class for lesson 15. For today's class you will need Word List 15. Today we will talk about the words and their different meanings. Remember that most words have more than one meaning. Not all the meanings for the words are given in this word list. If you would like to learn more about these words, you can use a dictionary. Let's begin. Let's start from the top of lesson 15's word list. So you will need this word list. There are 15 words. The first word is disaster. Here there is a pronunciation guide. Disaster. Now, disaster is the name of something that causes great damage or harm. So disaster has a noun meaning. Hurricane Katrina was the worst disaster to hit New Orleans in many years. Can you give me 2 examples of a disaster? An earthquake could be a disaster, and maybe a tsunami can be a disaster. Yes. The next word is flee. Flee. Now, flee is something you do. To flee is to run away from danger or from something frightening. I quickly decided to flee from the park when I heard a noise behind me. So to run away is to flee. He is fleeing from the people who's chasing him. Fled. Fled is the past tense. It is the past participle. So now you flee. Yesterday I fled. We fled from the house when we awoke and smelled gas. So they fled. They ran away. Have you ever fled from something? What was it? What did you flee from? Next, it is fracture. Fracture. Now, fracture is the name of a crack or break, as in metal or bone. Fracture. So metal or bone can have a fracture, a break or a crack. The plane was grounded because of a small fracture in the metal tail unit. So the plane had a fracture, so they had to land it. To fracture, now you can fracture, to fracture is to crack or break. Selena fractured her arm for the 2nd time this summer when she fell from the swing. Here we can see a fractured bone. Ugh! Have you ever fractured anything? Once I fractured my finger. It still hurts. Next, it is immense. Immense. Immense has 2 adjective meanings. Now remember, an adjective is a word we use to describe a noun. So first we use the word immense to describe something which is great in size or extent. The Pacific Ocean is an immense body of water. The Pacific Ocean, right? It's so big, it is an immense body of water. Next, we use it to describe something which is great in degree. To the immense relief of his parents, the lost child was soon profound. So you can express something immensely. The immense joy showed by the people during the parade. I felt an immense sadness when my friend moved to another city. A blue whale is an immensely large animal, right? Look at all these other creatures. Wow. This is an elephant, an African elephant. This is a blue whale. It is an immense creature, right? Next, it is intense. Intense. Now, we use the word intense to describe something which is very strong, very great, intense. The intense heat from the fire melted the plastic dishes. So the heat from the fire was intense, very strong, very great. We also use the word intense to describe something which shows great depth of feeling. The scene in the play where the enslaved people are liberated from bondage is so intense that the audience often weeps. Weeps means cry. So something can be very deep in feeling. So the part where the slaves are released, that part is so intense that people start to cry. Do you like to watch intense movies? Movies with intense parts in it? I don't really. I like to laugh when I watch movies. I don't like to get too intense. Intensity is a different form of the word. We use the word intensity as the name of something of great strength or force. Intensity. The intensity of light from the sun is greatest at noon. The intensity. Think about this. When you run on a treadmill, you can adjust the intensity by increasing the speed. When you ride on a bike, on a stationary bike at the gym, you can click, 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 adjust the intensity. You can make it more intense, so it's harder, or you can decrease the intensity, make it easier. The intensity. Next, it is investigate. Investigate. Now, to investigate is to look into something closely, to study in great detail, usually to find an answer. The fire marshal will investigate the cause of the fire in the library. So he will look at the cause of the fire very carefully. He wants to get an answer. What started the fire? So you investigate. Police officers investigate crimes. They look at them closely to find out who the suspects are. Next, it is lurch. Lurch. Now, to lurch is to move forward or to one side suddenly and unexpectedly. The car lurched to the left to avoid a bird on the road. See, this bike lurches to the left and then to the right to avoid the cars. Suddenly lurches to avoid the car. Wow, that looks scary. Lurch is also the name of a jerking or swaying movement. Now, to do lurch, that has the verb meaning, to do it, to lurch, is to move forward, or to one side suddenly and then unexpectedly. And the noun, that is the name of doing that, a jerking or swaying movement. The bus started with a lurch, throwing the standing passengers off balance. Look! Jolt is a synonym for lurch. Jolt or jerk. Those are synonyms. Next, it is major. Major. We use the word major to describe something which is great in size, number, or importance. Seas and oceans make up the major part of the Earth's surface. So great in size, number, or importance. A marathon is a major race. It is great in size, right? Major is also the name of a military officer just above a captain in rank. So it's captain and then major. So in the army, you can be a military officer, a major officer. A colonel is superior in rank to a major. So it's captain, major, colonel. I have never been in the army. I think it could be interesting. Would you like to join the army? Maybe you can become a major. Major is also the name of the main subject a student is studying. Usually in university or college, you study a major. That is the main subject which you are studying. I majored in English. My major in college will be Russian language and literature. Mine was English language literature. Now, to major, you can major. It has a verb meaning also. To major is to study as one's most important subject. So while you are studying your most important subject, you are majoring. My cousin Karen majored in chemistry and mathematics at community college. Now here is a bachelor's degree, an example of one. Now we can see it is a degree in secondary education. So that is what this person studied, secondary education. Major in English. So their main subject was English. Their major was in English. Great. Next, it is minor. Now minor is the antonym for major. We use the word minor to describe something which is small and unimportant. A minor problem is a small problem. Steffi's knee injury was minor, so she finished the game. A major knee injury would be very bad. She would not be able to finish the game. Minor is also the name of a person who is not yet an adult. A minor is a child. So child is a synonym for minor. Minors may attend this movie if an adult goes with them. You might see at some places there would be a sign that says no unattended minors. So children, minors, should be with their parents. Are you a minor or an adult? I'm sure you're still a minor for now. The next word is petrify. Petrify. To petrify is to make rigid with terror. Rigid is weak, right? To terrify. Terrify is a synonym for petrify. The dictator said that he felt the director, so the director is someone who makes a movie. The director said that he felt his horror movie had failed if they did not petrify audiences. To petrify is also to change into a stone-like substance. In Arizona's Painted Desert, we saw examples of wood that had petrified over millions of years. So this is a piece of wood, a piece of tree bark in the Arizona desert. It's very cool. So this wood, over millions of years, it turns into stone. It is petrified wood. Is there something that petrifies you? Not like this, like this. This snake petrifies me because if it bites you, this will happen. The next word is predict. Predict. Now, to predict is to say what will happen before it takes place. The Highway Safety Office predicts heavy traffic on the roads this weekend. You can go into your phone to see what the weather predicts. Let me have a look. So today is Monday here. So here we can see what the weather predicts for the week. It says what will happen in the future before it takes place. Prediction is the name of something that is predicted. What is your prediction for the football game? Who will win? What is your prediction? What do you think will happen? The prediction of a blizzard kept people from traveling last night. So the prediction of a blizzard, which is a snowstorm, kept people from traveling. The next word is prone. Now we use the word prone to describe two different things. First, we use the word prone to describe something that is likely to have or to do. Prone. All of us are more prone to colds in the winter than in summer. Yes, you are more prone to getting sick in winter than in summer. This dog is prone to bite. He's likely to do. He's likely to bite. He's prone to bite. Be careful, that dog is prone to bite, you could say. Prone is also describes lying face down. This is prone. I had to lie in a prone position because my back was so sunburned. So this is prone position, to lie on your stomach, face down. Next, it is sparse. So British English, the English I speak, I am South African, we say sparse. But you could also use the American pronunciation. Americans would say sparse. But I speak British English. It's a different dialect. So sparse is a word that describes something that is thinly grown or spread. The grass on the ball field was sparse. So we reseeded it. Reseeded it. So they put more seeds on. The grass was sparse. It was thinly grown, not nice and thick. We use the word sparse to also describe not crowded. So we describe a place which is not crowded. The town meeting had a sparse turnout this year. So sparse means it's not crowded. The concert had a sparse turnout. So means there were not lots of people. The concert was not sparsely crowded. Means it was not very quiet. There were lots of people. This man's hair grows sparsely. Next, it is topple. Topple. Now, to topple is to fall or push over. Topple. The cat toppled the pile of books. So the cat pushed the pile of books over. Toppled it. To topple is also to overthrow. Now this is in terms of a leader, a government, a king, a dictator. The student demonstrations helped topple the government. So overthrow, topple. Topple here is a synonym for overthrow. She is going to topple him over, like push him over. The last word is urban. We use the word urban to describe something which has to do with cities. Urban. Traffic in urban areas is a serious problem during rush hour. This is an urban area. This is a, do you know the word? Rural area, where there are not cities or lots of buildings and man-made things, more farmland, country, or rural. Do you live in an urban area or in a rural area? I live in an urban area, but there are many rural areas close by. But I live in an urban area. Friends, and that's it for today's class. Good job! Remember to practice the words and their meanings in your own time. And also remember to join me next in day 2. For the next class, we'll remember the words and their meanings. Then we will take on activity 15A. So bring activity 15A with you to the next class. That's it, friends. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.